No-fuss desserts are the best desserts. And so let's make 3 simple desserts with just 2 ingredients each. Strawberry ice cream with sugar syrup, cupcake with frosting, and a chocolate brownie with chocolate chips. They're easy to make and delicious at the same time. Cooking Company will take you one step at a time to prepare these 3 delicious desserts. Are you ready? All you need is 250 grams of frozen strawberries with 65 millilitres of sugar syrup. Blend it together to make a smooth consistency for our ice cream. Look at that. A beautifully refreshing flavour, perfect for summer parties. Now let's smooth it over with a spatula and stick it in the freezer for 3 hours. And there you have it. Delicious strawberry flavoured ice cream. How easy was that? Why not stick a fresh strawberry on top? Next, we're going to get some cake mix flour, 350 grams of that. Stick it in a bowl with 200 millilitres of sparkling soda. We're using strawberry flavoured Fanta, which adds a lovely pink colour. We whisk it away until it becomes mousse-like in texture. We can put that mousse-like mixture into a piping bag to pipe them into our moulds, ready to put in the oven. Bake at 180 degrees for 15 minutes. And voila, there we have it. Why not serve this with a dribble of vanilla frosting and a fresh strawberry? Lovely. Last but not least, we're going to melt 220 grams of dark chocolate chips in the microwave at 750 watts for 2 minutes. Stir it up so it all smooths out. Now we're going to need 3 different bowls for this next part. We need 4 eggs. First, we're going to put the egg whites to one side in a different bowl. Then, one by one, we're going to add our yolks to our chocolate mixture. Stir that in one at a time. Then we're going to get our egg white mixture and whisk it until it's really, really white and frothy, kind of like when you make meringue. Have you ever made meringue? Frothy heaven. Now we're going to spoon in a dollop of that at a time, one at a time, and mix it each time until it's all blended nicely together. Delicious. We're going to pour that into our cake mould. Then we're going to bake that in the oven at 180 degrees for 15 minutes. And when it's finished, why not sprinkle some icing sugar on top for decoration? Cut a slice and serve it with a dollop of ice cream. Wow, I would not mind a slice of that rich, gooey chocolate cake. See, it really is that easy. Just 2 ingredients, folks. Strawberry pocky cake is the ultimate cake and the easiest you will ever make. A double-layered cake filled with a thick layer of strawberry buttercream and strawberry jam in the centre, surrounded with a sweet boundary of strawberry chocolate-coated pocky sticks, and in the centre, dressed with chocolate mini roses. Cooking Company will take you one step at a time to make this gorgeous strawberry pocky cake. Just get some white chocolate buttons and melt those, some strawberry flavoured pocky sticks, and we're going to pour the white chocolate over the pocky sticks. It's as easy as that, folks. We're using a food piping bag to do that to create a beautiful pattern. Now, while we set those aside, we get our vanilla cake. It could be pre-made from the shop, or you could make it earlier. We're going to cut it into 4 sections, and then we're going to add our filling. It's strawberry buttercream, which we've also prepared earlier, and some strawberry jam. Yummy, my favourite. We're going to smooth this evenly over the top, and we're going to do this with each layer. It's very, very simple, and it does not take long at all. By doing this, you can make a very simple vanilla cake into a really exciting party cake. We're going to coat the whole thing in buttercream icing so it's lovely and pink. Now, here come our pocky sticks. We're going to stick them all around the edge. Absolutely beautiful and so simple. Look at that. Next, we get our chocolate roses, made with white chocolate and food colouring. Cover the top of the cake. Now for our finishing touch, we'll add a ribbon around the edge. How glamorous! Did you know that pocky sticks have been around since 1966? First invented in Japan. With just a few simple ingredients, we made this stunning party delight. Some chocolate, cream, jam, and vanilla cake. And don't forget the pocky sticks. What's the best answer if you have to choose between red velvet and a brownie? Well, we'd say both, because you can now bake a red velvet brownie all by yourself with simple ingredients. Cooking Company will take you one step at a time into making this easy to make and delicious red velvet brownie. First, we get a mixing bowl and we add 200 grams of softened or room temperature butter. Give that a whisk. And now we're going to add some sugar to the butter, which is also the same amount, 200 grams. You can use an electric whisk if you want to make things a bit quicker. Then we add 2 eggs. We can add them at the same time. We don't need to add them one at a time. Now, this whisking process will take a little bit longer, so we want to make it nice and smooth. Next comes our food colouring, which, of course, is going to be red. You could choose any colour. You could do blue, purple, green velvet brownie. Why not? Now to that we add the vanilla extract, which gives it a lovely flavour. You can buy some brownie mixture ready-made from the supermarket, so we'll just sift a bag of that in to get rid of any lumps, and then we'll give that a whisk too. We want the texture to be really, really smooth and shiny like this, so that's our batter ready to go in the oven. Before we do that, we're going to just steal a little bit of that butter and put it into a piping bag, because we're going to be using that later. This is going to be an absolutely magical dessert. So now we put our red velvet brownie mixture into our baking tray. Onto some baking paper preferably, because that helps it to not stick to the tray. So generously putting that in, but don't fill it right to the top, smoothing it over, because we're going to need that space later for our cream cheese topping. Now while that's bubbling away, we're going to make our cream cheese layer. So we add cream cheese to a mixing bowl and give that a whisk. Next, we're going to add 200 grams of sugar, just like before, whisk that together. The next thing that's going to happen is we're going to add egg white only, 100 grams. That's approximately 3 to 4 eggs, depending on the size. We want to whisk it till it's really smooth and shiny, add some vanilla extract once again, and there we have our cream cheese layer ready. So now our red velvet brownie is baked and ready out of the oven. So we're going to add a nice big healthy dollop of cream cheese frosting on top, and we're going to spread it out nice and evenly. Now this should fill to the top of your baking tray. Smooth it over just like that. Now here comes the fun part. We get to decorate. We're doing a nice spiral pattern. We're using the red velvet brownie mixture to make a pretty pattern. Now if you want, you can get a stick or something like a toothpick to swipe across the piping that you've already put on there. And look, we have a beautiful looking sort of Charlotte's Web. Now we bake that at a slightly lower temperature, 150 degrees for approximately 15 minutes. And there you have it. Red velvet brownie. Amazing. Go on then, give us a slice. Don't you want to decorate your classic cupcakes like a seasoned cupcake decorating perfectionist? Well, Cooking Company will guide you one step at a time to create these 5 amazing cupcake decorations, all by yourself. A whole variety of decorations can make a simple cupcake look very interesting. You can use a food cutter to make segments on top of your frosting and decorate with different coloured sprinkles, or even pearl-like decorations. You can use sprinkles to coat the outside of a very thick layer of frosting if you like, and stick a lovely cookie in the middle. We can use different animal shapes, great for kids. Next, if we get some buttercream frosting, you can use different colours, different flavours, put a few sprinkles, a cherry and a flake on top. Looks like a sundae. If we get some mini marshmallows and some pink coloured sugar, which we can colour with food colouring, any colour you like really, but we're using pink. We cut our marshmallows in half, dip them in the pink sugar, and voila! Looks like beautiful flower petals. We put them all over the top of our cupcake. Almost too good to eat. Next, if you get a food bag and poke some little holes in it, stick your frosting into that, it becomes a piping bag with a difference. We can squirt noodles all over the top of our cupcake. That looks really fun. Or maybe it could be hair. Let's stick some ears in that, and some eyes, and a nose. Nothing wrong with a few Smarties. These are small bites of portable paradise, distinguished creations first made in the early 17th century. And if you prefer not to use frosting, you can use sugar glaze, fruit jam, nut butter, anything you can think of really. Which one shall I have first? That one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Let's look at making some easy and delicious red velvet churros. Originating from Spain and Portugal, these are now enjoyed around the world. We are going to be making a red velvet version filled with yummy cream cheese that requires only 5 ingredients. These delicious churros will melt in your mouth, so get your aprons out and join Cooking Company as we take you on a step-by-step guide. Now all you need is some water, some sugar, some butter. Now we heat that on a low to medium heat, mix it together, and then we add our all-purpose flour, cocoa powder, and of course, red food colouring. Now we keep stirring it while it's sizzling away on the pan until it becomes a dough-like texture. Next, it's time to add the eggs. 2 eggs will suffice, and we give that a lovely whisk. Let's get our piping bag out. So we've put our mixture into a piping bag with a nozzle on the end which has a serrated edge, and we just pipe away till we've got our tray filled with churros. Then we're going to freeze that for 1 hour, then take them out and deep fry them. Lovely. Now it's time to add our cream cheese filling. So we'll poke a hole all the way through the middle, and with another piping bag we're going to just squeeze in and fill each one all the way through. Now comes the fun part. We're going to melt some chocolate. We've used white chocolate and dark chocolate here. You can use any chocolate you like. You can even dip it in caramel, coat it in cinnamon sugar like they do in Mexico, whatever takes your fancy. These are best enjoyed fresh. However, you can freeze them for a lasting treat. Absolutely gorgeous.